here comes the important segment of this event and also the key takeaway event of the day. To set the ball rolling, proud to call experts on the days for the panel discussion. As we all know, IT is always a booming industry. Technology is best when it brings people together. IT is ever changing and there is a need to evolve in order to stay relevant. The advance of technology is based on making it fit in so that you don't really even notice it. It's a part of everyday life. Now, let's know the future of IT sector. I call the moderator for changing landscape of the software industry, Mr. Sriram, Director of Career Fulfillment. And I call upon the panel members, Dr. Gina Jacob Ma'am, Associate Professor of Represent Academic Fraternity. Mr. Ankur Banerjee, Manager Gen Z Hiring Cognizant. Mr. Sanjeev E.K., Operation Director, OG Healthcare. Mr. Nico Gogoi, Sir, Director HR, Practo. Mr. Vinay Shoko, Head Talent Acquisition, TCS. Dr. Lavanam Ambala, National Head, Campus Hiring, Wipro. Now, I would like to hand over the session to Mr. Sriram, sir. Over to you, sir.
Good morning all, and good morning and a warm welcome to the esteemed panel members. And after listening to the conversation and the presentation in the morning, it is very certain that yes, the landscape has certainly changed, and changed to the extent that after listening to Dr. Buddha Chandrasekhar, and every quarter things keep changing. So on that line, I wanted to keep our discussion and then probably take your insights. And I would like to start with Dr. Gina Jacob. Ma'am, with all the opportunities which are available, and every time we keep hearing saying that, of course, Wipro, TCS or Cognizant, they keep always saying that, we have a lot of, requirements, but we are not getting the students. This is what has been one of the major statements from them. With all this demand that is available, how geared up are we as an academic ecosystem to meet that demand?
Well, sir, I too agree the fact that we are having plenty of opportunities in the IT industry, that too in different roles. But when we, as our chief guest rightly pointed out, when we check some of the researches done by the various people, like Times of India, it says 47% of the student community is unemployable. Of course, our present academia and curriculum gives plenty. They are refining day by day. Every 6 months, they are making different committees, and they are refining the things to fill this gap between the industry and this academia. So with the help of the trainings and this kind of interactions, we can fill the gap, this 47%, we can make it to, we are making it to at least 75 to 80% now. Still, there is a bit of gap still to 20%. That can, by keeping on the motivation, keeping on motivating the students, we can fill that gap too. So to conclude, the students are students are ready for the industry, still a small percentage of the students still need that motivation from our end.
Thank you so much for sharing your insight on. And now I'd like to go to Dr. Lalna, because Wipro started in a very small way in a different company, but then today it is highly diversified into many sectors. What actually is making this diversification to happen in the companies, and how do you manage with the workforce and the related skills?
So good morning to all. Happy New Year, and wishing you all a great Happy New Year ahead. Year ahead. So, so about the change that we all are witnessing, we've been talking about Industry 4.0, and from digitization to digitalization, and talking about automation, and today we're talking about smart in everything, smart systems, smart devices, and smart in everything. And smart, something we can say that which is faster, better in terms of experience creation, and cost efficient, and cater to large segment of the domains, right? So as the 5G is coming in handy, we see that for industry revolution 4.0 getting materialized. In this transition, we talk about IoT, we talk about cyber security, we talk about data analytics, big data, AI, ML. So as we, not only we, service-based company, and today we are talking about we are no longer a services company, we are a solutioning company, right? So we talk about how do we cater to these new industry domains that are coming in, that are disrupting, the technology is disrupting these domains every quarterly, every single day. So in order to cater to this speed, definitely we need to be agile, and we need to stay relevant with the expectation that industry is setting, and being IT is one of the enabler that can actually help the entire transformation journey, right? So information technology, and I can call it as IT, OT, and CT. Information technology, operational technology, and communication technology. Together this IT, OT, CT, aligning, we have to stay relevant to cater to the demand that the domains are transforming, part of Industry 4.0 or 5.0. We are learning, and definitely we need to work with the academia, because we hire large workforce from the academia. So especially for freshers, definitely we need to work together in order to stay relevant. That's what my closing comment.
Right. As we say, smart, I just want to have one supplementary question. What kind of smartness you look forward in students?
So what kind of smartness we expect from the students? Because I always say that the Java, GIIT, C, C++, and these kind of technologies we talk about are the sand, brick, and cement, right? Just by learning this, you will not be deployable, employable throughout. The smart is the learnability. So, and you should be able to learn and pick the ball and run as soon you are deployed to the project. Further expectation is you should keep your eyes and ears open towards the new plugins that are coming in, the new interventions that you can actually bring in your solution will make you smart, right? So while you have these technologies are your domain knowledge, the learnability, adaptability are the key essence for any graduate or for freshers or experienced people like me or anybody else. So you need to have that essence of continuous learning, and how you can make your solutions better by integrating new frameworks that are coming in the, so today I just wanted to give you one example that recently I get to experience that AI chat. So that has come, and it can write beautiful letter, leave letter without hurting the HOD and serving the purpose, right? So today we talk about these kind of integrations can help lot of limitation that we have in content creation. If somebody, a content creator, knows about this plugin, that person can bring in better outcomes. So in that sense, we need to know what's happening in the world and which are the new technologies that are coming in, so that I can integrate in my work or in my approach towards solutioning. Will make us smart and also open to learn and always flexible to learn new things. Learnability is one more essence.
I think students, please note IT, CT, and OT, very important. And I think we need to learn a lot more on that. And Mr. Vinay, my question here is that being one of the largest acquired and day by day we keep hearing about a lot of layoff happening in most of the organizations. And one question that comes from students is that what does it take to remain relevant to the industry? Or what kind of preparation they should have to stay back?
Sir, the layoff is not a new thing in the industry, IT industry. We saw in 2001 and 2 also, again in 2008, and now it is not that kind of layoffs or whatever. Only in small numbers it is happening. And to be relevant to the industry, networking is a very important aspect, I can tell you, where the students have to be networked among themselves and outside their seniors and other companies as well. And second thing is upskilling. And third thing is what is that is a value system they have to build it. And I suggest all the faculties over here, what you should do is make the students to combine each other study. Like example, we have an mechatronics subject. So mechanical and electronics people combining in a hostel, which makes them to learn the things better, and they can upgrade the skill set, and they can get placed anywhere else. What you asked is like the layoff, that is not that great. We have an employment of opportunities over across the industries. If it is not one company, people will get another job. That's not a big issue in India.
Great. So please take this message. We don't have to worry about losing opportunities. There are plenty of opportunities. What we hear from the expert. And I'm also very glad to share with the panel at the moment. From GIII3V8 University, we have offered the LinkedIn Premium to all our students free of cost, and enabling them to network with among themselves and also with the industry.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Yeah. So now I come to Mr. Ankur, right? Because Gen Z is one of the kind of dream things that students look for always, and we also keep hearing a lot of feedback from saying that it was tough and the process was different and all these kind of things. And what is your advice to students to ensure that they are adequately prepared to face not just Gen Z process, for that matter, any such processes?
So I think Lavanam spoke about it, Vinay also spoke about it. Learning new things is what keeps people relevant. And the way at least the big techs or even the companies are going is we are looking at people who are readily deployable to projects, right? Earlier we used to say there would be 3 months to 6 months of training and all of that, and then people would get deployed. Right now companies are looking at people who can be easily deployed to projects if they can bring in those ideas or have that expertise beforehand itself. A lot of skill-based hiring is happening. So it is important that people, along with their studies, I heard last time when I came that your students have subscriptions for Udemy or somewhere, right? So Coursera. Yeah, so the students should explore that, explore new things over and above their academics. How can they prepare? They should seriously take the courses that you do on how to prepare for an interview. They should take that seriously, obviously, and prepare accordingly. So this year, for example, you said the stuff. So we had changed the assessment pattern for students. That was the main the pain point for the placement officers, all of them came back and told us, sir, we were not prepared for this. You did a gamified test. We were thinking it will be a traditional one, right? So you should be prepared and try to understand what is happening around and what are the type of different assessments as placement officers or as career counselors. You should be aware what are the different type of tests or assessments that are going on. Nowadays, companies want people who fit in as in their culture or in the ways of working of the company. So you'll see a lot of assessments which try to do a fitment that way. Also, another part which is very important is the communication bit, and you'll see a lot of companies also focusing on how well a person is communicating and trying to understand that even before they appear for an interview, right? Not only spoken communication, also written communication. Their ability to assimilate something that they're hearing and form answers for it, right? So things like that will also come into hiring a lot, is what I feel and I see. We are already doing that in Cognizant. We have a communication test that tests all of that before a person appears for an interview. Right? You'll see more of that happening. Yeah, please.
So when things that students feel that that particular learning has been difficult, means we need to deep dive and see that either it is not part of their area of interest, or we are not having the fun element in the teaching, or fun element in the learning. So these are the three key things that we need to look at, right? You have infrastructure, you have the most relevant subject that's been taught, and it is again career oriented. Still we are not able to learn. That means it's nothing wrong with the students alone, or nothing wrong with the faculty alone. So all the three things we need to look at. How do we make this particular learning a fun element? Maybe if you're individually you're not able to learn, means make groups and give projects so that they can help each other, and in that even you bring the teamwork in that, and they can share a lot of things more openly with their fellow group member than the faculty or the industry. So that we need to bring that element, right? That I keep getting the similar kind of challenges from one of the program called Talent Next we have. So then the faculty member bring that kind of challenges, but we always encourage them how they can bring the fun element or group work or project-based learning kind of milestones within their entire course. That may help, so that students should be able to learn happily, so that they will remember it for longer duration when you learn things happily.
Right. Thanks for bringing in that insight, and in fact at GIII University we encourage students to go can work they apply their learning. Thank you so much. And now I want to address my question to Mr. And you come from a very niche line, and I know your company has been great revenue, 188% of revenue, and last year I think you recruited about 1,000 employees. And here my question is, of course I'll also come to you on that, both of you are in the line. And how do you see the potential in the healthcare in the country at the moment, and what kind of skills are required, and what is that?
Yeah, thanks, Suram. Good morning to everyone, and wish you all a blessed year ahead. First of all, I'd like to congratulate GIII management and for building an ecosystem of co-learning between the education system and the corporate houses, and also bringing the governments here to understand what exactly the corporate education system requires to be bringing a synergical relationship among the two. Coming to your question, I'm very inquisitive to understand that where did you get the number? Because I haven't divulged the number. But yes, very interesting question. I think how do we look at healthcare system, right? I think last 3 years it has proven that how important the healthcare is, not only for India but across the globe, right? And most importantly, what exactly it has brought to our notice about how technology can bridge the gap in terms of delivering a very quality healthcare facility to across nook and corner of not only India but across the globe, right? So what we have seen in last, I'm talking from the perspective of the healthcare, the other industry panels are there talking about the technology, but technology has really impacted across every way of life. We to talk about the way we eat food, the way we transport, the way we do education now, and latest being the healthcare. Healthcare was the latest to adopt the technology that probably other industry must have adopted way ahead. So I do see that there are a lot of learnings going to happen as an industry for us, that how do we include AI, how do we include data science, how do we include the blockchains and all, in terms of providing the quality solutions and quality services to the patients. Okay, end of the day, it is about the well-being of the patients, that how do we cater to those needs of the patients, and how do we make the technology to do that, at the same time make it more effective and accessible for them. And also, we see that there is a huge potential within the healthcare system, because as the country was also growing, and there is a lot of infrastructure that we can develop to give access to the patients to understand that what technology can do, and at the same time, just imagine somebody is, I'm from Assam, somebody sitting in Assam and getting consultation done in Bangalore to one of the best doctors and surgeons available. They don't have to go and find out and figure it out that where they should go. So this is what exactly we have done, and I believe there's a lot we can do as an ecosystem, and also I feel that India is absolutely a bright spot right now because of the innovations, not only as an industry we are trying to do, but as the government also trying to do, right? We are working with the government bodies like Ayushman Bharat, which is recently being introduced by Government of India, the patient record system, which is going to give you the record of your entire journey that you have gone through so far. And that's where we can going to make a lot of impact, and that's where I believe that technology is going to be absolutely at the forefront of driving all those initiatives in the system.
All right, thank you. And in fact, one message to the audience over here is that while we all think about healthcare as something different, whatever the majors we have, Wipro, TCS or Cognizant, somewhere down or the other, they all deliver solutions for healthcare, right? In fact, that is one of the booming business, and then whatever Sir was talking about. Now, I just want to take it to the other side, Manish, right? While he was talking about connecting daughters from Assam to Bangalore, and then they actually do that particular process. And in fact, I'm happy to share that they have deployed technologies like virtual reality and augmented reality in their practice. Kindly share us, what kind of, because the moment we talk about medical scribing or digital transcription, there is a kind of a myth saying that, okay, no, that is not the job for me. What kind of potential lies over there for the fresher, and what exactly you look for in it?
Thank you, sir. First of all, I'm honored to be here among the luminaries on stage and in the and amongst the audience, and particularly happy to be amongst GIII faculty and students. So thank you for having me here. Like sir rightly pointed out, we're actually delivering medical scribing service, as it is called, and this is a relatively new service. While it existed in the US in a very nascent form, it came into India in 2012, when technology cracked the problem of an expert medical scribe sitting anywhere in the world to be able to connect using a secure internet service to a doctor's consultation room in the US. So what our medical scribes essentially do is they connect to a doctor's office, they're able to see the patient through the doctor's eyes, and this is through a technology called Google Glass, which is essentially worn by the doctor like a pair of spectacles. So Glass can stream what the doctor is seeing in front of him, and also can stream the doctor-patient conversation in real time. So the interesting thing is what our scribes deliver is, so when a patient comes to and meets the doctor, and the conversation is going on of medical history taking, etc., by the time the patient leaves the consultation room, a professional medico-legal document is ready for the doctor to sign and file into the hospital electronic health recording system. And that's what we deliver. And a doctor normally sees anywhere between 30 and 60 patients every day. And there are those 60 records that are generated in real time. And this record not only is used for continuity of service, which is essentially for the doctor to go back and look at the patient records, let's say in the future. It is also used for the revenue cycle management, which is this particular document becomes the input to medical coding and to the insurance company for reimbursement either to the doctor or the facility. So that's essentially what we do. The interesting thing is we do mass recruitment, but we look for niche skills. So we need, we recruit at least 2 cohorts every month of roughly 30 to 40 trainees who then go through a 4-month arduous, very, very intense training program to become medical scribes. So what we request of academia, universities like GIII3V8, is to allow some of our skills to be integrated into your curriculum, if that is possible. We tried doing this in 2016 with one of the biggest universities in India, but we hit a roadblock. But I think with the new education policy, where there is more openness, where there is more integration between industry and academia, I request universities like GIIIM to allow us that. We actually started our first internship program with one of the universities in December. So we would look forward to having such associations with universities like GIIIM. There is umpteen opportunities, and I'll give you the scale of the opportunity. There are about 200,000 consulting physicians in the US alone, and most of them need this service. Doctors do not want to take their own notes. Imagine a doctor sitting in front of a patient, and the patient is wanting to say his problem to the doctor and is paying premium money for that service, and expects the doctor to pay 100% attention to the patient. And you see the doctor taking down notes on his laptop or on a piece of paper is a complete put-off. But unfortunately in the US, every doctor-patient interaction has to have a digital medical record. And that's a federal requirement, and therefore doctors are forced to do this. By using the medical scribing service, doctors are allowed to do what they do best, which is deliver service, and we can take over their workflow responsibilities. So that's the difference.
Just to put it on the lighter side, with all due respect, maybe that's the reason why it came out. Thank you so much. And I think with the title given as the changing landscape, the kind of inputs that we receive from the experts are the landscape is changing at a rapid pace, and we really need to keep pace with it, and then certainly we will look into your suggestions. We will also come back to you for your support and guidance. And thank you very much for taking your time and being available over here. Thank you so much.
That was an amazing panel discussion. I thank each and everyone who participated in this panel discussion and bringing in terms of industry's expectation.